it's Matthew from Matthew's Music Lesson Studio. Guess what we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about improvisation and phrasing. Phrasing is really important. We have stable phrasing and unstable phrasing. So if you understand what phrasing means, we're talking about a musical phrase. When it starts on the first count of that phrase, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, la 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 la. That would be a stable phrase because it started on the first count. So the first count, 1, 2, 3, 4, or before the first count. 1, 2, 3. We're talking about and a 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are stable phrases because I'm starting on 1 or before 1. That's stable, right? So stable, what that means is it feels like you're at home. It feels, it feels grounded. A stable phrase. It feels good. It feels genuine, and lyrically. A stable placement of the lyric line is going to make it feel like it rings true. Right? If it's stable, then it feels like you mean it. Right? Unstable. What's unstable? Well, if stable phrases comes in before or on the first count of the measure of the musical phrase, then unstable comes in after 1. So we're talking about a 1. So we're talking about that, right? A 1. And it can be simple. It could be, hey, where did we go? 1, 2 days when the rains came. Right? So we're talking about after 1, the phrase comes in. That's unstable. And consequently, if stable phrases make it ring true, then an unstable phrase is going to make it ring untrue. So an unstable phrase is going to ring untrue. That's one of the reasons why I never cared for that song Brown Eyed Girl, right? Because it's like unstable the whole song. If you listen to it, I swear, every single phrase is unstable. He's putting on a show. He's lying. And he's like, hey, baby, yeah, come be with me. But he doesn't have any intention of actually loving this girl forever, right? He's just, putting it on. So that's why he chose unstable phrasing. It's beautiful. Anyway, I'm not saying it's a crappy song. I'm just saying it wasn't my favorite. So now let's talk about improvising. How do we apply this? And songwriting. How do we apply this? It's really important. So I had a really great teacher when I was in my 20s. I got the chance to mentor with a really amazing saxophone player who's quite legendary in his own right. He actually wrote the introduction for Turn the Page. He was the saxophone player for Bob Seger, the first alto reed. Anyway, when I got to play with this guy, I would play too much, too notey, not from the heart, right? And he was trying to teach me how to open the heart and just play and not think, right? All these years later, I'm in my early 40s now, all these years later, it seems so obvious, but I didn't know at the time what he was trying to tell me. He would say, mock the singer. So we'd go out and we'd play, Can't You See by Marshall Tucker Band, right? And when he would play the sax solo on that, it was an extension of the lead vocals, but yet he wasn't playing the melody of the song. He was playing his own improvised melody, but there was something that he was doing that was the same, and I couldn't figure it out, right? And he kept saying to me, mock the vocals. What he was talking about, the phrasing. I had to figure that out myself. He was talking about the phrasing. So if the vocal line of say you're soloing over the chorus, if the vocal line of the chorus was stable, you want to solo stable. You want to come in on count 1 or before, right? Well, on Can't You See, it's 1, 2, 3. Can't you see? Very stable. Can't you see what that woman bend under me. Yeah. So we're talking about stable. Every single phrase stable, 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 stable. So when you solo on your saxophone, you solo on your guitar, you solo on your piano, whatever instrument, you know, play stable phrases. That's it. Don't play unstable phrases, because in the song, there's no unstable phrases in the part of the song that you're soloing over. And that's what he was trying to teach me. He never told me that. But he would say, listen to me, listen to what I do, you know? And I'm sure he probably could have put it into those words, of course, because, you know, it was amazing. But he wanted me to figure it out myself. And I'm very grateful that I did, because now I see the value in it, and I'm able to share it with you guys. So, stability versus instability. How does this apply to songwriting? Like I said earlier, line by line. If you want it to ring true, then write it with a stable placement. And if you don't want it to ring true, then don't write it with, you know, unstable after the first count. I think if you listen to some of your favorite songs, no matter what the artist, no matter what the genre, I challenge you, test it. Listen to the phrasing of the lyrics, and then listen to the solo of the song. And compare the solo. It's important that you compare the context of the solo with the context of the part of the song that's playing over. Because sometimes in a song, like a solo will be over like a bridge section that's a different music or different phrasing or whatever. Take, for example, Baker Street, right? That crazy, awesome sax solo, right? I can't even imagine the song without it, right? It's so stable, right? Because it comes in like almost a whole measure before one, and then hits that target tone on one. All right. So you'll notice that, you know, in your songs, when you want to solo, you're probably already doing it, you know. It's like, wait a second, I was sort of already kind of doing the same phrasing, right? It makes sense. But it's just something that now that we know that, you know, it really allows a lot of insight. Because say you're looking at a more complicated song where some of the lines are stable and some of the lines are unstable. I mean, not every situation in life is simple. So say the first line's unstable, the second line's unstable, but then the third line is stable, and the fourth line is unstable. And you're like, oh man, I'm having trouble soloing over it. Well, that's probably why, right? Because you're probably trying to come in stable when you should come in unstable. Or maybe you're missing that stable phrase in the middle, that third phrase. And it's really important to make sure that you have that. So when we're talking about this, we can really go, we can go all the way, you know, way out with this concept. And so for this first video, I really want to keep it, you know, focused on improvising and songwriting, because I challenge you, put on any song and listen to it. Oh, that's stable, right? Okay, that's unstable. That's stable. And just try to get it to where you can kind of internalize it. You don't need to think about it. Just like the notes on the guitar neck. Like, you know, I put my finger there and I know it's an A, but I'm not thinking A. Oh, yes, I need to play an A right now. I just play an A, right? In that same way, you know, by using this, you can literally solo on a song you've never heard before. All you have to do is listen to the phrasing and the context, of course, the key, and then the section that you're supposed to solo over. Just know, is that the verse, is that the chorus, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Am I playing stable or unstable? By the time it gets to that part of the song, you've already heard what you need, right? And if the solo is on a song you've never played before, chances are you're going to be soloing over the same chords, the same phrases as the song, because, you know, unless it's a song that's specifically written, say like Baker Street, where there's that specific part where there's a specific written sax solo in that part, and it's unlike any other part in the song, unless you have that, right? It's really easy then to just play along that first time. First thing, pick out the key, pick out the phrasing. That's it. You can play anything. It doesn't matter if the guitar player tuned down a half a step. You can hear it. There's only 12 notes. We'll do a whole nother series on ear training for sure. And I really, really appreciate you being here with me. for this live stream. Please bear with me. I'm new to this whole live streaming process, trying to get everything figured out, trying to get the volume sounding good, all that stuff. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I've got lots of music lessons putting forward, but lots of great covers, original music on my channel. Please like this video, share it with all your friends, and I'll see you guys next time on Matthew's Music Lesson Studio. And happy soloing over this crazy time.